Hello and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Joe Talks Cars. This is a little bit of introduction into what the channel's going to be about. So, I've set up this channel with the intention of just bringing good videos, honest reviews on what I would class as sort of affordable luxury cars. So things such as this Porsche Cayman that I'm driving now, my Porsche Cayman. S.1, and it's absolutely wonderful. I've owned it 8 months. These are the sort of cars I want to cover because these are all attainable cars. They're not cheap by any means, but they're attainable. A lot of people will be spending this kind of money on a bog standard Fiesta, and I just feel like this is a much more interesting proposition. I want to cover, over the course of the next few videos, I'd like to cover the running costs associated with running a car like this, the general upgrades I want to make to the car. So I always said I would never upgrade it, I would never modify it, but as is always the way, you go on YouTube, watch a few exhaust videos, and yeah, I want to modify this car now. I want to put an exhaust on it. I've got a number of things planned. Nothing too crazy, because I do like my cars to look standard, but there will be some videos along the way. And I'm going to do some videos on things I love about the car, things I hate about the car. The things I hate is a short list, so it's going to be quite difficult to think of things that I dislike about this car because it's absolutely fantastic. But yes, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that cover supercars, buying supercars on PCP and putting huge deposit down and paying £10,000 a month, and it's all wonderful and I watch them all, don't get me wrong, they're great videos and the creators are absolutely fantastic, but they're not relevant to me at this point. What I'm interested in is cars that I can actually afford to buy, and I just watched every single video on YouTube to do with this car before purchasing it. A lot of the things I found were quite negative really. There was just a lot on ball scoring. There was a lot of reliability issues. And if you actually look into those things, they do affect a very small number of cars. I'm not going to sit here and pretend they don't exist, but I really don't want to make this the feature of the video, or any of my videos for that matter, unless the problem occurs with this car. But we will go into reliability. Things are bound to go wrong. This car is from 2006. Things will break on it, and I'll be documenting it all so you can see the costs. I think it'd be really interesting to bring you guys along with me in my Porsche journey, as it's my first Porsche. People always say that Porsche is a bit of a cult, and that once you've had one, you'll never go back to any other car, and I can totally see why. You thread this into a few corners, and you won't want to go back to the likes of a hot hatch or anything like that, or even anything four-wheel drive for that matter. The rear-wheel drive mid-engine layout of this car means it absolutely monsters corners with precision, and it just inspires so much confidence. I have to go steady today because it's only 2.5 degrees out there currently, so I'm not going to be pushing it. With the automatic gearbox, people said I bought the wrong car, as you'll have seen in the thumbnail. Did I buy the wrong car? Well, I don't believe I did. I believe I bought the right one for me, and I think that's really important. That yes, you go onto forums and ask people for their opinions, go onto Facebook, watch reviews, but if someone says the Tiptronic is absolutely rubbish, that's their opinion on that, and my opinion is this works perfectly for me. I spend a lot of my time sat in traffic. Where I live around here, there's so much traffic, you can't go anywhere without a traffic light. So to not change gear, in my opinion, it is a good thing. And when you want to change gear, you push it over to the left and you're in manual mode, so you so long that, say you were on a track, you're barely going to get out of third gear. So in some ways the auto is all you need, because you're not going to use that many gears. You're not going to be going through from first all the way up to sixth or even seventh in the new Porsche. You're not going to be doing that. You're going to be using second and third, maybe fourth on most circuits in the UK. This isn't a car that I've ever tracked. I'd like to, so I'd like to do a video in the summer maybe and take it to a track day. I'm a little bit cautious because when I had my Megane, I went to the Nürburgring, and we did that 8 times. But if you prang to that, the biggest cost was actually the Nürburgring itself. The car was fairly cheap to put back together, whereas this, you only have to go on eBay and look at the parts prices for second-hand parts, and it's eye-watering. So I've got a lot of videos coming up with this car, a lot planned with it. If you do like the videos, that you would hit the like button and subscribe.